Welcome back. My wonderful kings and queens, thank you so much for staying with us. Thank you so much for being a part of Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Now, do you remember I told you, or I indicated that we were going to be talking so much about writing and literary devices and poetry and all of that good stuff? There are two wonderful guests. I have two wonderful guests with me sitting on the brunch couch today. You may know these faces, but I'm going to introduce them all the same. And let me tell you about these ladies. These ladies are immensely talented and have so many accolades to their names. So with me, I have Miss Cherryll, Birchwood, Uzoruo. Did I say it right? How do you pronounce your last name?
Uzoruo Wheeler THABITI.
Okay, so it's Uzoruo Wheeler THABITI. Okay. And I sort of grew up with this. This was a household name for me. When you were talking about art and theater, this is a name that you would always hear. So I'm privileged to be sitting with this lady today. And my other guest is like a sister from another mister. I am so privileged. I met this wonderful lady, I would say some months ago. It was some months ago. And we actually had like a short performance segment. Did not know that she was into that sort of thing. So I was very pleasantly surprised. Welcome, Ms. Joelle Greene-George. And she is the PRO of the Tobago Writers Guild. Did I get that?
No.
Did I get that right?
Yeah, I'm the PRO. Never mind.
Just walk me through it.
Yeah, so I'm the PRO of the Tobago Book Club.
Right.
I'm the president of the Tobago Writers Guild.
All right. So yes. President, I got my P's mixed up. I'm so sorry. So it's president.
Yes, of the Tobago
of
Writers
Tobago
Guild.
Writers Guild. PRO.
Of the book club. That's right. Yeah.
Forgive me. It's been a day. I'm so honored and privileged to have them here. So what we're going to talk about, and then I'm going to open the floor so that Joelle and Aunty Cherryll, as I call her, can give their piece on what is really going on. So I remember I told you we were going to be talking about authors. Did you know that there are authors, Tobagonian authors, who are critically acclaimed, accomplished, and have shaped the fabric of Tobago with their literary work that you and I may never know or have any type of information about? Now, the book club is geared towards making us very much aware and giving us a sense of pride in what is Tobago. So I am very privileged to have my honorary guests here with us. So, Miss Birchwood.
You can call him, just say Miss Cherryll and it'll make it so
Auntie,
easy.
I say Auntie. So I'm going to continue to do that. All right? So Aunty Cherryll, tell me a little bit about this project. Now, I know that you have been doing playwright for some time now. And so just give us a little backstory on that. I also wanted to touch on, I saw a play that you did, a play by that esteemed author, Mr. Eric Roach, who we're going to talk a little bit about as well. Belle Fanto. I would have seen you, the Tobago Drama Guild did Belle Fanto. I think it was for Best Village. And I was privileged to see that. I was privileged to see the depth and the, expression and heartfelt nuances of the actors who were involved. So give me a little backstory on your experience as a playwright and how you got into doing the work of author Eric Roach.
But before she starts,
Mm-hmm.
I want to just introduce her properly, right?
Okay,
I want our viewers, you know, in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean, to know who Miss Uzoruo is. So Miss Uzoruo is a retired principal of Goodwood High School. So all you students out there, say hi to Miss Uzoruo if you haven't seen her for a while. Right? She's the co-founder and administrative director of the Tobago Drama Guild. In 2021, she was the Tobago Day awardee, the Chief Secretary's Silver Medal of Honor for long and meritorious service in culture and arts. And in 2018, she won Best Actress Award at the Prime Minister's Best Village Trophy Competition. 2016, the Tobago Word Festival Award for contribution to the literary arts. And in 2004, the recipient of the Ansa McCall Tobago Secondary Schools Drama Festival Icon Award for outstanding contribution to culture. Now, I have loads more to read, but you know, we don't have all the time. So I just wanted to introduce her, right? So I just wanted to introduce Aunty Cherryll.
For me.
Yeah, Aunty Cherryll is fine.
Yeah.
Gosh. Thank you, Mrs. Joel Green, and thank you, Miss Winchester.
Yes.
I got it right.
Yes.
I know you've like from forever, and I want to say before anything else, I am proud of our young people. You all are doing well, and the baton will be passed on to people of integrity, people who study the work, and that matters.
Yes.
But I'm an educator. You want to know who am I? Yes, I'm an artist. Yes, I do theater and all of those things. But I want to say, first and foremost, I'm an educator. I believe in lifelong learning. All of the things you read and all of that, yeah. If I stop right here, at this point in time, I stop growing. You know, and it's important for me, growth and development, and for me, particularly for the youth. You are going to own this space, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's time to get our young people working and growing, developing, creating, you know, enjoying, critiquing. That is so very important, you know, because before you know it, this will become in memoriam. You understand? Because our time here is short. So get over that part. Now, as an educator, and when I came back from Canada, I started off at Signal Hill. At that time, it was senior comprehensive, and then it became Signal Hill Secondary. I started off there, and I was teaching English. That was at one time PE, and I morphed into theater arts, even though it was not on the syllabus. And I want to thank Orville London for allowing me. He saw that urge and he saw that certain things were working. He is a man of vision. I must tell you that. Forget about politics. He's a man of vision. And I want to say thank you, Orville London. I appreciate you and for allowing me. You see, when I got to Signal Hill, I recognized that there were a lot of boys. We say we boy children, who were not performing, misbehaving, and they were going to fall through the cracks. And in my reflection, I said, there must be a way to save our youth. And I wonder, how do I get to them? I was teaching English. And you would see the marks for a lot of the boys right at the bottom of the class. And I said, listen, you have to reach them. You have to reach them somehow. Eventually, they used to call me the English specialist, and all the boy children, if they're miserable, they whatever, they just send them by me. The boy children who were doing well, they send them by somebody else.
Yes.
So then, I either get frustrated, give up, and go the routine, or say, or figure out there must be another way. You know? So then I decided, listen, what do I know? I know theater. What saved me? I would say theater, because I know myself and I know my personality. You know, the A type, I keep on going and going and going and yeah. So a little bit of attention span deficit. And I recognize it in many of the boys. And then I sit down and figure out what do they like? To find out what they like, I ask them. So I would be always huddled with them. My lunchtime wasn't my own. It belonged to the young people. And a lot of the boys I would call, what do you want to do? What do you like? So, and then I said, theater. So we had some young people. One young man, about a decade later, came to me and said, Miss, one lesson I remember? When you created a theater scenario and we were dealing with groceries. I did not know that his father owned a grocery. And that impacted on him. So he used that theater to become interested in the English. Next thing, the authors that we deal with. In those early days, they weren't all our own people, Caribbean people. And then you asking these people to identify with something out there, when they even get a chance to appreciate what is here.
Miss Uzoruo, I like what you're talking about in terms of using drama to give young people some purpose and direction. And I even like the trend you're going on when we're talking about recognizing our local talents. Because one thing that we recognize in the book club, and we've started a program that we're allowing local writers and authors to submit their books to us so that they are able to have their books read by the book club. And we've been focusing this year on local writers and authors. I mean, it's lovely to have the Guild. The Guild really supports local writers. But then when you have your book, you need readers, right? Exactly. And that's where the book club comes in. The book club is like a handshake for the Writers Guild. The book club is a handshake for writers, full stop. So, you don't just need to write, you need to have somebody to read your work.
Exactly.
And we need to read more, right? And I know that a lot of times you just don't have the time to read. But I know you have been reading this Calabash of Blood script by Eric Roach. You all have been reading this for a few years. Because last year, February, my husband and I came and saw Calabash of Blood at the Tobago Drama Guild house. And we want to get into this script, and we don't just want to get into the script as a play, but we want to expose and talk about Eric Roach, the writer, because what he did is really, he has a colossal body of work. He has 110 poems that they've put in a book, and he also has 4 plays. Calabash of Blood is one of them. There are 3 mainly known plays, but I discovered there's another one, The New Dancers of the Dooryard. They have another
when you find that one, please share that with me. Miss, I want to say something. I know a little long with the young people and youth, but for me, it matters so much. I have a passion for that. So and I just wanted to say that is where it started, and bringing it back now. I guess we will have other times to talk about all of, and the part of the education and all of that, because there's a lot to be said. But bringing it back to the now, a Calabash of Blood, Belle Fanto. I did Belle Fanto. I was studying Belle Fanto and all of that. But if you want young people to read, one, of course, you have to have the colossal, compendium of work.
Yes.
You have to have the body of work there. But sometimes you have to work for quality. You can't just have a whole sort of thing there. Educating is matters too. How do you write? Who do you write for? And all of that. Some of us are afraid of being critiqued. We throw everything out there and whatever, and then in our society we have a way of patting each other in the back for mediocrity. You understand me? If you come and you see my work, I did Blood Money. If you saw flaws, come and tell me. Don't don't all give me superlatives. You understand what? But so, and that is how I started writing. I would watch and I would gauge my audience, because I had to interest those same boys I was talking about. I had to keep them engaged. I had to know what interests them in my society. I had to reflect on my society. How can we make it better? What are the issues? How can we tackle it to make it palatable?
It has to be relatable.
Yes, you have it.
Yes.
It must be relatable. You don't have a body of work all over the place.
Yes.
You understand me? And I kind of hit and miss and all of that. Sometimes our society is new. We don't have time we don't have the luxury of time, to be just throwing all those things. There's rich people who do that. Our societies that are so old that they have all these little niches. So we could afford to have those kind of spaces where we just read the thing and whatever. But no, where we had to make the quantum leap. So a Calabash of Blood by Eric Roach. That piece of work. I am playing a role in it, but I feel it in the core because it speaks to our people, our history, our angst, what it is that make us do certain things in a certain way, male-female communication, the old and the young, how we relate, black, white, yellow, the different, the colors of our society, the cultures of our society, our ethnicities, how we relate to each other, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about our bodies, our color, the color of our skin.
Innermost thoughts.
All of those come back. That. I tell you, when I play my role of Mamba, and there are certain areas where I'm so transformed, I forget about Aunty Cherryll,
Yes.
I get absorbed into Eric Roach's work. Eric Roach is a genius.
All right. And on that note, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and speak some more about that accomplished author, Mr. Eric Roach. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Brunch, a taste of Tobago.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house gets flooded out real bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. If sickness catch you off guard, I tell them never ever worry. If times fall on you real hard, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Looking for a place for your loved ones? Heavenly Care welcomes you. Located at Northside Road opposite Massey Motors, we offer a variety of services. These include doctor visitations, social activities, geriatric care, and much more. Contact us at 277-9595 or visit us at Northside Road opposite Massey Motors. At Heavenly Care, compassion is at the heart of all care.
And we are back, folks. Oh, wow. It has been an awesome, awesome day. So you guys remember that trivia question, right? Which British novelist wrote a book on Tobago? we did have an answer. Oh, we actually had more than one thing. Oh my gosh, it is that kind of day. So I'm going to go back. Let me go back so I give you the right information. All right, so for the painting, yes, for the painting, we were asking the viewers to let us know what type of flower that was. All right, some person said Chaconia. They weren't quite right, but we have a winner, Mecia, I hope I'm saying it right, Maecia, Mecia Samuel. I'm just going to hold the painting up. So, all right. So, Mecia Samuel is the winner of this wonderful painting. It is, in fact, a ginger lily. Yeah. Done by the wonderful Miss Greene-George. And of course, if it means anything, I helped. Yeah, I helped her with the painting. Yeah, if it means anything. You know what? I love you guys. Thank you so much for being with us. So, Mecia Samuel, one of our crew members will reach out to you and get your particulars. But you are our winner for today. So I'm just going to rest this back. And as we go back to this amazing book club, let me tell you, there's so much in store you don't even know. This is just the beginning. I want to draw your attention, though, to these lovely bottles of wine on the table. The reason that I want to do that is because I feel that I need to just say, or just put it out there, that these are local distributors. These are local entrepreneurs, that are doing wonderful things in Tobago. So right about now, I'm going to hand you over right back to my lovely, lovely, lovely co-host for this segment, Mrs. Jewel Greene-George, and she's going to go into it a little more about the wine. And she's going to take you on that little journey with some information, additional information that she wants to share. So I'm going to hand you over to Jewel. Jewel, take it away.
Well, thank you, Janelle.
You're most welcome.
So I just want to talk about this wine a little bit. I want to thank Sweet Hand Wines. That's a good friend of mine, Gemma, and Gemma does really good local wines. She has this mango wine that we're having here today. Miss Uzoruo and I are having some mango wine. Cheers. Right, we want to cheers with Janelle.
Well.
Yes. We're not going to tell you what we're not going to tell you what Janelle is drinking.
No.
But we have a trivia question for this segment. So if you want to win this bottle of wine here on the table, right, all you have to do is put in the comments what play, and there are 4 of them. So just name one play that Eric Roach wrote.
So I'm just going to scooch over.
Yes. And when you put your answer in the comments, you're going to win this. We have a Vanna White. You're going to win this beautiful, delicious, very intoxicating. It's 15% alcohol, people. You got to be careful. So, Sweet Hand Wines, Gemma from Canaan, she does these wines. She has a fantastic listing of wine. So, if you want to get this wine today. We're going to leave the number with the studio. So, if you want to find out more about the wine, you can call and make some orders. But what we want to get into now is the idea of having ourselves as Caribbean people, as Tobagonians, seen on the stage. You know, we had the debut of Africa Film TT last month in Tobago. And what happened for that was something so fantastic. I myself never realized how important it is for us as Caribbean people, as, you know, melanated people, people with textured hair, people with, you know, textured lives, to be able to see ourselves on film. And I was talking to Asha, the director, and she was telling me she is the founder and director of African Film TT. And she was saying, you know, it needs to be urgency for for us to see ourselves. We you know, we don't have we don't have the time to just sit and wait around for perhaps somebody to come around and put us on TV.
Yes.
We have to do it ourselves. And that's what we are doing with Miss Uzoruo and the Tobago Drama Guild. That's what they're doing. They're not just putting us on you know, on the big screen because they go to Canada and do different plays, but what they're doing is allowing us the opportunity to see ourselves by using a Tobago writer, a Tobago playwright. You know, he was born in 1915. You know, this man had a fantastic, he lived during a fantastic time, 1915 to 1964. And they're using his plays to depict what's happening in life right now, to represent us as Tobago people. And we need more Tobago voices on the stage. We don't need, you know, foreign plays only. We need our own plays. So I want you to tell, there's a particular person in the play. When I saw Calabash of Blood at the Drama Guild, right? I just given them one character. We won't sell out the full plot. But there's somebody called Kanga. Kanga and his wife. And by the way, Kanga's wife, when I went, was played by the lovely Simone Navarro, a school friend of mine. I was so proud of her. But tell me about this Kanga. Kanga and his, they're an interesting couple.
All right.
I want to hear about them.
I'll tell you something. Well, Eric, you know, is a wordsmith. He's a class above the rest. We're talking quality. Kanga, I believe Kanga was created and morphed because there is a poem about Kanga. Miss, you have that poem there? I believe I have. Let us read that ballad. If you want to understand Kanga, we read the ballad and then we take a spin off from that. I know I printed it.
I have it here.
And you have it there? All right.
I'm ready.
Miss Joel, yeah, man, you're ready for the stage?
Yes.
Kanga, take it away.
Ballad of Kanga by Eric Roach. Kanga Brong is coming down, stilted on his legend, taller than a tall man, living beyond his end. He is an old Ashanti man, full of wickedness. Bring Obia straight from Africa, but he cursed don't bless. They gang him in the cane field, wouldn't raise a straw. Get up and work, old man, look sharp. Work not for Kanga. They tie him to the whipping post in the great house yard. Bring whip, big whip, peeling off his back. The missus bawling hard. Kanga working Obia bad, throwing all the pain, hotter than he get it on the background woman. They let him go, chase him to maroon in the bush. Go, you worthless nigger. Let hungry eat your flesh. But Kanga go and sit down by a tamarind tree, beat drum and call Dambala till his belly hungry. He plant a planting sucker, fill a tub with water, fish mullet with the water from the water, cut planting in 1 hour.
Ah, yes, Kanga. and there's also something about Kanga Brong and all of that. I don't know if that's related. But I will tell you, when Eric Roach did this poem, it was creating and crystallizing his plot for A Calabash of Blood.
Right.
Because the whole bit of mysticism wasn't with Kanga, you know. It was with his wife, Mamba. Mamba is the one who shouted at the end, Dambala! Invoked all the spirits, you know. But here he has Kanga, because he is thinking, he's creating. So there's a pocket of this and a pocket of that. But he did not ascribe all of that to Kanga. Yes, Kanga was tied to the whipping post. Kanga was a proud African. He was enslaved, but a proud African. And he had respect for mysticism. He had respect for his wife. He knew that she could brew poisons. And we could say, oh, you know, Obia has a bad name, but no, not in their time. Probably not now. That was just changing forces in nature, being able to manipulate. You know, so Kanga appreciated that. spiritualism. Even though he didn't have all of those powers, his wife had the powers, and he would speak with reverence about those powers. So he accepted that. Yes, he was tied to the whipping post. And Kanga was someone of dignity, his languaging and all of that. And some of his famous words, you want to see the black body bleed and suffer.
And on that note, we are going to wrap for today. We would love to have you back. We have to talk some more about Kanga. We have to talk some more about Mr. Eric Roach and his work. Let's just go to the trivia question. The first question that we had, which famous English novelist wrote about Tobago? That was Mr. Daniel Defoe. That's the answer to that question. Who got it? We are going to find out, but the answer to that question is Daniel Defoe. Oh, nobody got it. Nobody got it. I'm so sorry. Better luck next time, as they say. We are very privileged to be on air with these two wonderful women, like I said before. Join us again on Brunch. We are here on Friday. Tune in. Remember, get your coffee, get your biscuits, your donuts, have fun, and let us take you on a journey. Stay tuned for more of the book club. Next week, Wednesday, I'm going to be here with my sister from another mister, Miss Joelle Greene-George, and we're going to take you on a journey.
Before we go, Janelle, I want to make sure two things.
All right. So one thing before we go?
Yes. So before we go, we have a play coming up from the Drama Guild on July the 8th. So if you have never seen A Calabash of Blood, you need to get here, right? Get to the Drama Guild, and they're on Facebook. Just look up Tobago Drama Guild and you're going to find them. Next week, Wednesday, we're going to have with us Mr. Clement Williams. He's the author of Vintage Images of Tobago. And these are all going to be, back in the day. So if you have a granny or auntie, listen, let them tune in next week. Wednesday, they're going to be seeing the old cinema, the old this, the old that, where, uptown, where James Park used to be. This is where we need to be at next week, Wednesday, for Book Club Corner.
And that's it for today. There you have it. Joel, I could not have said it better myself. Thank you so much for being here with us. Oh, Aunty Cherryll, a pleasure. I love you. I love you.
Can I say something for a few seconds?
One more thing.
Tobago Diaspora, the Outreach Network, they are the sponsors of that production on Saturday, 8th of July, 2023 at the Guild House. I'll give you a phone number, 729-2235. Come there and support local theater. Thank you.
There you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless and take care, each and every one of you. This was Brunch.